Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of Comic Soup, where we talk about everything Marvel. The latest and the Season 1 finale episode of Loki was filled with wonders, and the way MCU has ended it is one of the best ending sequences in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So before we create Nexus events by telling you the spoilers and the detailed breakdown of this marvelous episode, don't forget to smash the bell icon and subscribe if you haven't, because we're going to make a lot of stuff that you would definitely love. So, dear variants, Marvel has finally concluded the finale episode and revealed the man behind the curtains, also known as He Who Remains. We'll talk about this enigmatic character later, but first, let's talk about Miss Minutes. She was hinted in the 2011 movie Thor, and now we're used to these Easter eggs which Marvel loves to give. Now, let's talk about the intro theme of this episode, which had all the famous dialogues from some of the previous Marvel movies and also from the Wandavision, where Vision says, "What is grief if not love persevering?" which is maybe one of the finest dialogues from any movie ever. Speaking of love, we finally had the Disney moment in this episode where Sylvie kisses Loki, and admit it or not, we were all waiting for this to happen. Whoops, I think we moved ahead in our sacred timeline and forgot where we were. The intro had dialogues from Captain America, Captain Marvel, Hulk, and even from real-world people like Malala Yousafzai and Neil Armstrong. This intro scene takes us into the deep cosmos, and it looks a lot like the Big Bang. And then, the brilliant cinematography merges this scene with two black holes into which a Bifrost is circulating the Citadel. Yes, the Citadel, where our god and goddess of mischief have finally come to know the man behind the TVA. After some chit-chat, the door to the Citadel opens by itself, and both the Lokis look at each other with a lot more questions than before. There, they're welcomed by none other than Miss Minutes, who knows many more things than we do. Miss Minutes even tries to make a deal where she asks Loki if he would want the Infinity Gauntlet or kill Thanos. She disappears as soon as she realizes that the Lokis are just too reluctant. This episode reveals our villain in the next few scenes, where the door opens and Jonathan Majors as He Who Remains appears. The apple in his hand signifies wisdom and is also loosely connected to Doctor Strange, where he experiments with the Time Stone and turns back the half-eaten apple to its original shape. Jonathan Majors is the villain in the upcoming Marvel movie Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, in which he will portray the role of Kang the Conqueror. Miss Minutes then shares some files with Renslayer, and Kang has given her some task for which she leaves the TVA and Mobius behind. Renslayer and Kang are romantically connected in the comics also, and this just shows that Ravonna Renslayer will appear in the upcoming MCU projects and obviously in the Loki Season 2. Sylvie tries her hand at killing Kang back in the Citadel, but her efforts go in vain. Kang has stolen the stage from Loki, and for the moment, you'll feel that he is the protagonist of the show. Jonathan Majors' presence, his dialogue delivery, his smile, his reactions, and everything he does for a few minutes of his on-screen time with one of the finest scripts of MCU makes this episode worth watching. He also explains his backstory, that he was born in the 31st century and was a man of science just like Tony Stark, maybe more intelligent than him since he was able to make contact with other variants of him who belonged to different universes. But he also tells them that not all of his variants were kind enough like him and how they wanted to conquer each other's worlds. Conquer. Take a note of this word, because yes, He Who Remains is indeed a variant of Kang the Conqueror, one of the most powerful villains in the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, or now you can say Marvel Cinematic Multiverse. He also tells how he has created this one sacred timeline and managed to defeat all other variants of himself with the help of his powerful beast Alioth, whom our Lokis enchanted with the sacrifice of the classic Loki. This episode has a stellar level of writing because it has the ability to change the whole timelines of MCU. Kang even tells both the Lokis that if they kill him, infinite variants of him will be set free and the multiverse war will begin. And if they don't want to kill him, they'll have to rule the TVA in place of him because he feels tired now. Maybe living more than 1,000,000 years must have become boring for him. Or perhaps he wants them to kill him and let the multiverse war set free so that more powerful and evil variants of him destroy everything. This episode is significant for upcoming Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and maybe also for the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. If you have seen the post-credits scene of Wandavision, you can see her reading a Darkhold which has all the dark secrets and may be key to create chaos in the multiverse. Now that Marvel has found the goldmine of multiverse, it has finally started giving us hints that Kang the Conqueror is indeed the next big baddie after Thanos. Loki's last episode was way more critical than WandaVision's last episode, or the Falcon and the Winter Soldier's last episode. Loki did not want to kill Kang, but Sylvie showed Loki that their thinking is poles apart, although she loves him. They also have a fight sequence with the blades, which showed some good action. Here, she kissed Loki, and it might sound a little uncomfortable seeing Loki kissing a version of himself. Is that even possible? For that, we'll have to wait for the second season. Here, Sylvie betrays Loki, and we're not amused because you can never trust a Loki. She then sends Loki back to the TVA, a TVA of a different universe. Before she kills Kang, he winks at her and tells her that, quote, "I'll see you soon, reincarnation baby." The smile on the face of this man seconds before his death looks very hauntingly suspicious, and maybe Sylvie realizes that she has unleashed something that she has no idea about. Over at TVA, Mobius and Hunter B-15 are confused because the timelines are branching since Sylvie has killed Kang. Mobius asks how this can be stopped, and then Loki arrives who was searching for him. Loki explains everything to him, but Mobius seems confused because he has never met him before. We know that Loki is in some different TVA, which is different from the Sacred Timelines TVA. He then sees that the Timekeeper statues are replaced with one giant statue of Kang the Conqueror. Maybe in this alternate universe, Kang doesn't work behind the curtains. The episode ends here, but its repercussions will be seen in the upcoming Spider-Man movie, whose trailer is much awaited. Also from Wandavision, we know that Wanda can alter reality, and she is a Nexus being and will help Doctor Strange controlling this multiverse of madness. With a stamp, Marvel confirmed the second season of Loki, and we are excited as you are to see what Season 2 has in store for us. With that, ladies and gentlemen, the breakdown of Loki's finale comes to an end. If you liked the breakdown of this episode, then don't forget to hit the like button. Also, tell us in the comments how much you will rate this episode out of 10. We love this episode 11 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you soon. Till then, peace out.